Hi, I'm Rio. For our group project, I am the analytics engineer responsible for our system computational logic and metric aggregations. My primary task was designing the data verification rules, coding the cost GPA and CGPA algorithms, and building the class-wide reporting engine. Looking at analytics PY, here is how I address our project rubric. First, conditional logic. I created the scale mapping inside gate grade point. It uses an if else conditional structure to evaluate row marks from 0 to 100 and return the exact grade point scale value used by our university. Second, iteration and list. Inside insert marks and calculate, I implemented a for loop that iterates through the total number of subjects. This loop aggregates credit hours and then dynamically calculates weighted grade points. Third, dictionary manipulation. I use a mutable dictionary called course registry to remember predefined subjects. The program automatically checks this structure to pull credit hours for repetitive inputs, preventing duplicate data entries. Fourth, math expressions. To output the final academic metrics, I utilize weighted mathematical expressions to divide points by credit, wrapping the calculation in Python's ROM function to restrict the decimal precision to 2 place. Finally, metric aggregations. In the performance analytics module, the code streams through our flat file database. It uses counter variables to compute the overall class average and applies comparisons operators to track and isolate the top performing student name and score.
My name is Muhammad Amin bin Mokhtar. Number matric is B122410345. So I am responsible for making gate system module, where inside a gate system module have functions such as display, add record, update record, delete record, search record, and save and exit record. So I am responsible for making this function, where display record will display the student based on specific that uses or all the data inside the getSystem.txt. So at record we will add name, program and class, and the get for CGPA and GPA will automatically as a dash. So update record, you can update student name, program, class, CGPA or GPA. And for delete record, you can delete the student data based on users of student ID. So for search, we can search all students that have same class or same program.
Hi, I am Azrul Nabil. For our group project, I am the database I/O specialist. I am responsible for our system persistent framework and file synchronization. My primary task was managing the interaction between our application layer and the local flat file database, which is the gradesystem.txt, and our file, which is gradesystem.py. Okay, here is how I address our project rubric. First, I utilize Python with open stream operation, and I use is string formatting to keep our flat file database clean and structured. Is a single student query inside display. I use a static tuple for headers category and dynamically map the student data into the dictionary format to structure the output data. And finally, error checking. I wrap our structure method in try except block to handle exceptions such as file not found error. This satisfy our error checking requirement by preventing crashes if the storage file is missing.
Hello, I'm Faris. For our group project, I focus on implementation of MNPy. My primary task was to create the master control loop, designing the user prompts, and handling state and routing across our application layers. Okay, first, program modules. Right at the top, I use input analytics and input grid systems. This is requirement to break our program into separate modules, which keeps our logic clean and separated from our storage operation like this analytics and grid system. Second, star argument and keyword argument. I built the print system info. This is to capture name configuration metadata like our version number and group name, which is normal in Python. Third, iteration and menus. Inside the main function, I implemented a continuous while true to keep the user interface active. It presents an appropriate user menu via display menu and takes input using string, not strip. Line here, to remove any accidental space. Fourth, conditionals and routing. I utilize if, elif, and else conditional string to evaluate user choice based on their number input. The program routes execution directly to external backend function like grade system display, grade system add record, grade system update record, and so on. Finally, error checking. Choice tree. When requesting a semester number, right here input and text number, I wrap the input in a try except block to catch a value error. This provides a robust input filtering, ensuring that if a user accidentally types text instead of whole number, the program handles it gracefully instead of crashing. In layman's terms, error checking supaya sistem tak crash bila user input bukan number.